Yes, welcome back. This is still E-Vibes, the entertainment show on Signature TV. I have an interesting guest today, and of course, she's a makeup artist, and her name is Ifeoma Miracle Ogbonnaya. It's a pleasure to have you today.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I am beautiful.
Oh. Okay, so can you share a bit about your background and what actually influenced you in going into makeup?
Okay, the background, is it about my
Yes,
family background?
yes,
Or what?
yes.
Okay, I came from a pastoral background.
Your
My
dad is a
dad
pastor.
is a pastor. He's a reverend in Assemblies of God, actually.
Okay.
So when I was about starting this makeup thing, though my assistant was the one that made me got
pushed you.
interested in the makeup thing or whatever. And me, before then, I know I'm a fashion person, and my mom is also a fashion person because she has this boutique where she sells clothes and all that, jewelries and all that. So I got interested in makeup. It was from my birthday 2013. So that was the first time I applied makeup on my face.
Really?
I wasn't a makeup person. So that was the first time I applied makeup on my face, and it was my assistant that did that.
Okay.
He is my brother. We grew up together.
Okay.
So from there I started doing it. But then to an extent, when I started buying makeup products, I remember there was a time we came, because I was a dancer before now in Cross River. I used to dance with Calabar Cultural Center. So at some point, when I got makeup products, and that day we feel like we want to go for a show or whatever, they invited us for a show, and when we came, I didn't see any of my makeup products. My dad has flushed the whole makeup product in the rain. He threw it in the gutter, and rain flushed it.
So he doesn't buy the idea of being a makeup artist.
So I had to fight for it before I got to this point. I fought.
But there's nothing wrong in being a makeup artist.
It's not in Assemblies of God, though. If it was that time, Assemblies of God was, now, if you understand. So my dad would be like, I'm a reverend and you are doing makeup. What do you expect me? What do I preach? What do I teach? And all that, that kind of experience, I experienced that for more than 4 years. So till one day, I had to speak up. Because I would buy makeup product, he will flush it on the rain or in the rain. He will throw it, he will dispose them. Sometimes he burns them. I'll spend money. You know how makeup products are
very
expensive now. So it got to a point I had to come up. I said, Daddy, you didn't teach me any skill. I finished my secondary school and there's no skill I'm acquiring now. And this is the particular passion I have. And this is the thing that puts food on my table, as small as I was then. And you decide to flush them. I had to fight for it because my mom too had to come into the thing because she understands women supporting women. She understands. She was like, okay, then if you think there's something you want her to do, except this, then let her. But there was nothing else I was interested in doing.
Apart from that. So you were the one that took yourself to the training and
I was the one all through. It was when I got engaged to my husband now. That was, even him said he was not a makeup person then. He was against makeup, but I told him, my brother, if you don't accept me for who I am, leave me alone. Yes.
Yeah.
Because, yes, everybody has to know what they are going into. I don't want a situation where tomorrow I'll go into a marriage and I can't do something things
you love.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, no problem. He will support me. And that was my first upgrade I did. I've done 3 upgrades.
Wow. So, like, what do you think makes a great makeover? You know, there's something about makeup that it sometimes changes the kind of person you look like.
Yes.
Like, I might have a makeup on, and if you try to compare this person and this person, you will feel like this is a total different person. Now, what's the art behind it, right? Is it the beauty, or is it the complete, how do I put it now? Is it creating a new look for that person? Or is it the person being naturally beautiful? Because I've actually seen videos where this person has scars on the face and makeup covered it.
Okay, for me, I have this slogan. I say makeup is an expression. You understand? Makeup is an expression because you know when somebody wants to look at you, maybe you come to a particular place, the first thing the person looks at is your face before maybe they go through your
body and
everything.
Mm.
So your face is the first thing they are looking at.
Mm.
And me, I call it an expression because for we, the makeup artist, is it's a way of expressing what we feel inside.
Really?
Yes.
In somebody's
For
face?
me, yes.
Okay, for you.
For me, I don't know about everybody knows the reason why they're going through into makeup. But for me, I think is a way of expressing myself. You understand? And sometimes, just like makeup artists, like sometimes we don't have models, we don't have people. It's not like
To
it's
showcase
every
your
time.
work.
It's not like it's every time you have clients.
Mm.
Like me, I do hair. I sell hairs, so I am always busy. I have other things doing except makeup. But then it's not every time you get the clients that it's not every day you'll be having clients. And those days we don't have clients. What we do is we call models.
Okay.
We make them up. You understand? Then when you're talking about how the translation
how do you,
is.
yes, the transition, like.
Okay, so the fact is that I have said it. I used to say to my students, I say makeup doesn't make people beautiful.
Okay.
Makeup just adds to your beauty.
Okay. Fact, yes, that's true, right? But we've seen cases where someone is ugly and makeup transforms that person to a very beautiful person.
Yes.
And you know, I emphasize on someone that has scars on the face. Talk more of dark spots on the face. When that person wears makeup, you don't see it.
The person is beautiful. There's nobody that is not beautiful. No.
Motivational speaker.
No, it's not about motivation. It's not motivation.
Okay.
No, but it's not about motivation thing. Just like I said before, makeup doesn't make anyone beautiful. It only adds to your beauty.
Okay.
So if you're 100% beautiful, makeup will make you 100, 200, or 150%
Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, those people that have scars on their face, if you imagine them, sometimes because we, like me as a makeup artist, before I make someone up for the first time, I sit down and look at the person's face. You understand? There are people that are so beautiful, but after making them up, they look ugly. Yes. Yes.
How?
There are people, there are people that, I'm telling you, this is our job.
Okay.
And you know, it's not every job I do, I will post.
Yeah, true.
It's not every work a makeup artist does, he or she posts.
Okay.
They post only those ones that are catchy. So there are some people that are so beautiful, but after makeup, they don't look that beautiful again. And there are some people that looks ugly, maybe with the scar, just like you said, with the scar and other things. Sometimes we look beyond the scar.
Yeah.
Okay, we look beyond the scar. Like you're looking at this person. Sometimes, like me, I sit down and I'll look at the person. I will imagine, just like I said before, makeup is an expression for me.
Yes, talking about expression, right? You said makeup is an expression for you.
Yeah.
Does it mean when you're emotional, you bring your emotions when you're making somebody up?
Yes.
When you're emotional, won't it affect how that particular person looks?
No. When you talk about emotions, emotion has to do with creativity. So, like me, I'm not just a normal makeup artist. I do creative designs on people's face too.
Okay.
You understand? So sometimes, when I'm angry, or when I'm moody, or when I'm sad,
Yeah.
I just call somebody and do an artwork
On the person's
on the
face.
person's face.
Okay.
So just like my assistant, the last artwork I did in his presence, he said, this artwork looks like you know when there's a lightning, you will just see those lines
On the person's face.
on the sky. He said
Okay.
that's how the thing looks on the person's face.
face.
And you know what lightning? Lightning is lightning.
Yes.
So it lightens up your
Mood.
And when you see that you are able to express yourself on somebody's face, and not just the expression, you are able to come up with something nice after making this person up, the person now looks good. And especially when the person looks at the mirror and say, wow, this looks good.
Good, yeah.
It lightens up your countenance.
So like, how do you approach makeovers for different skin type? You know, they always emphasize on this, the makeup has to blend with your skin color.
Yes.
But we always see other makeup artists. Um, the person's face is brighter than his neck and her neck and her hand, right? So how do you approach your makeup in different skin types?
Okay. Sometimes, depending on the person's complexion and the person's skin type, okay, sometimes, especially for the person's skin type, let me use that. I used to give illustration to my students. If the person's skin type is oily, like I have an oily skin, a very, very oily skin. If the person's skin type is oily, you use a stick foundation. That's what they call stick foundation. You should have seen that stick foundation they do. They'll just squeeze,
Okay,
turn the thing will
yes,
come up.
yes, yes.
Or you use matte.
Okay.
That is after your prepping and all that thing. And if you're using it for your prepping, you dare not use products that are oily.
For someone that has an oily skin.
Yes.
Okay.
So that it keeps the makeup.
Yeah.
Yes. Then if the skin is in the middle, then you can now mix anything you want to mix. But if the skin is a very dry skin, because everybody has different kind of skin. If the skin is a very dry skin, you go more with liquid products.
Okay.
Then when you're talking about the tones, changing of tones and all that, there's no makeup artist that will make anybody up that the face will not be a little bit lighter than the complexion.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
But not that one that
definitely
is
the
very obvious.
But you see, the obvious one is that, you know, people doesn't, like a lot of makeup artists have issues with finding a particular foundation for each tone.
Okay.
Okay. Now, like me, if I want to make you up, I'll use like 4 foundations.
Why? Why would you use what foundation?
Because my darling, your neck.
Yeah.
Your neck is the complexion of your neck is different from your face and that of your body.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
And you know your body complexion is a little bit lighter than your face complexion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then your face complexion is a little bit lighter than your neck complexion.
Okay.
Okay. So now what we do is we work with your neck complexion, not your body complexion.
So it will blend with the face.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you work with your body complexion on your face, because the neck is dark, it will look lighter.
Okay.
But if you work with the complexion of your neck, it blends with your neck. And because, you know, God just created human being in such a way that you don't know where this one started and where this one ended. So if somebody is looking at your neck like this now, and they are saying to maybe to your chest area, they won't notice it. It's you that is a makeup artist that will notice it. So we can use highlight, a lighter shade for highlight or whatever. But when it comes to that neck area, we'll use a tone darker. Like me, I used to teach my students, if your hands, because every makeup artist's hands are different. There are some people's hands that no matter how they make you up, it won't look fairer. There are some makeup artist hands that no matter how they make you up, it won't look darker.
Does it have something to do with gift or something?
It's not gift, it's the pattern of which they do their makeup. Everybody has the pattern.
Not the product.
Not the product.
Okay.
The pattern of which they do their makeup. So, like me now, I have, my hand is, if I do, your complexion can never be, your face can never be fairer than your
Neck.
Your neck.
Okay.
Because I work with different, just like I said, I work with, some people say I use up to 5 foundations on their face, different
someone's
foundations.
face.
Yes, because you have to have a culture and all that. Because you know what, just like, it's an expression.
Like you said.
So, that's just
So like, how do you understand color theory when it comes to makeup?
okay.
Like, you know how this the eyeshadow, right? That's what they call it. Color blends and all that, because sometimes they have this smoky look, nude look. So what do you understand by color theory when it comes to makeup?
Okay. When I talk about color theory, it has to do with your how will I put it? Your knowledge about colors, how to combine colors.
Okay.
Okay. So now, if you're combined, like I did fashion and design in school.
Okay.
So if you're talking about combination of colors, you don't combine 2 warm colors or two cool colors, you don't combine two neutral colors. You combine, it's either in case you want more than, like for makeup artists that like play with colors. In case you want to combine colors, one should be, in case you're combining three colors, one should be cool, one should be neutral, and one should be a warm color.
Okay.
So if you're talking about the color, that is, let me use for an instance now, black, silver, and then brown.
Those are warm colors.
No, I'm using those three colors that has to do with the cool, the warm, and the neutral color.
Okay.
You understand? So let's say the brown is a neutral color. You understand? You can use it as a base for any eyeshadow.
Okay.
Brown. You can use it as a base for any eyeshadow. You can even use their colors like green, this kind of green, you're saying, brown. You can use it, any color that is lower than bright.
It has to be in the middle. It has to be in between bright and dull.
Almost dark.
Okay.
Almost dark. Dark is like, brown has different shades. In brown, there's a light brown, there's a medium, there's a dark brown. Not dark brown, no. That's the medium. Any color that's medium, at the middle.
Yeah.
Can be used as a base.
So how do you stay current with your makeup? Like, does makeup have trends?
Like, I don't understand the question.
Does makeup has trend, like the way music has trend, fashion has trend?
Yes, definitely now.
So makeup has trend.
Fashion is broad. Fashion is a broad thing. Makeup is a fashion, it's part of fashion.
Yes, true.
So it's a very broad thing. And that is why you notice that time when they gave birth to us, our mother used to draw one tiny thing on their eyebrow. And then line their lips like this.
That's true. You know that style actually, it has started again. It's something that Gen Zs are doing now.
Yes, it has.
So does that mean that it's a trend? Like,
Yes, it's
okay,
a trend.
it's a trend.
Yes, it's a trend. So the other day I watched on social media where one lady now brought, I think it's a white lady. She brought makeup and how it escalates and how it grows or whatever. Where makeup started, where it was, where it is now.
Now, yeah.
And before they used to draw one tiny line, and to an extent they started doing zigzag on the eye.
I was thinking it's like a style. I feel like, because when I found out that line that you use black eye pencil down here, I thought it was like a style. Like our parents those days. It's something like, this is my style of makeup, and this person. There's some that draws down those long one that gets to the ears. Yes. So I thought it was a style. I don't even know it's a trend. Like you just said now, that makeup is a trend.
It trends.
Wow.
That's why, like maybe before, nobody knew about how to line your lips. Nobody knew about lining of lips. But now we line lips to give it the kind of shape we want.
Yeah.
And before, people just put their lipstick just below their lip line. But now, somebody can go above the lip and put their lip liner. That's why you see some people's mouth looking bigger than usual.
Oh.
Lips.
So the way you line your lip determines the shape of the lip.
Yes.
Okay.
The way you line it determines the shape. So when you're talking about trends, makeup is a trend because, okay, just like for instance, like before, just like we were saying, there are people. There was a time that it was trending for a very long eyebrow.
Yeah.
There was a time that it was a very bold eyebrow. Everybody must wear bold eyebrow. It's just like clothes we wear. You wear clothes, and as time goes on, you change. Fashion changes. That's how makeup is. Now, somehow, now what we just do is a little touch up on the brow and then conceal.
That's all.
You'll be seeing a natural brow, but it's concealed. Before now, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, what we do, we draw real brow. We draw brows very well. We draw it and draw it and draw it and draw it very dark. And then maybe at the beginning part, we just slant it a little to look a little bit faint. That was how it was.
But people still draw brow now. They still draw brow.
I still draw brow.
Okay.
That is what I'm trying to say. We still draw brow, but not as intense as last 5
Yeah.
7, 8 years,
Okay.
where you draw brow that, you understand what I mean? Now, what we do, we draw the upper side, draw the, that is in case we want to draw brow, because a lot of makeup now, we don't draw brow. We just carve it, conceal, and we, that's why a lot of, if you see a lot of celebrities now, they don't shave their eyebrow.
Yeah.
They leave it shavy, like the thing will be bushy like that. You understand? What we do in that kind of thing is we draw the lower
line.
part, and we don't draw it with a thick eye pencil, very faint eye pencil. Draw up and draw, just for us to get a shape. Then we now conceal. What you'll be seeing is the person's brow. You think it's a natural brow, but it's not.
All natural.
It's not.
Okay. All right. So, what essential products do you think a makeup artist should have in his or her kit?
Okay. If it's for beginners, your powder. First, that's powder, because sometimes now people just go out and just apply powder and go out.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I will advise anybody to have as a makeup artist. Your powder, your eye pencil, your concealer, foundation. Maybe if you're a beginner, you can have just 3 shades. Like me now, I have like more than 50 foundations
Yeah.
that I use. Okay. So you can at least have 3 shades, a lighter, a medium, and a dark shade. So the lighter will be for your highlighting, the medium will be for maybe the complexion of the person, or for the complexion of yourself that is doing the makeup. Then the darker, and you can still change all of them, because the darker, everybody, there are people who are darker. You use the darker shade as the normal overall foundation, then you use the lighter shade as highlighting. You can now use your powder palette and do the contour and whatever. Blush is not a necessity.
Okay.
Okay, blush is not a necessity. You can have, if you have your powder, your foundation, at least 3. You have your concealer, you have your eye pencil, you are good to go.
Okay, so I have this personal question. Have you ever had a situation whereby you finished someone's makeup and the person is like, I don't like this makeup? You have to clean it and start afresh.
It happens to every makeup artist.
So do you, because I know makeup takes hours. Do you get? It takes hours to get that particular look. So does it mean when this particular person tells you, I don't like this makeup, you have to clean it? So you clean it and start afresh?
No.
So what do you do?
In that situation, there's nobody that will tell you, I don't like, they will either point a particular thing that made them not like the makeup.
So you tell them, point what's made you
Yes.
not to like this makeup.
If the person says,
He doesn't like everything.
I don't like this makeup, I don't like how it's like this, I'll tell you, okay, now point to that particular thing you think is the reason why you don't like this makeup. I will change it.
So it's not possible for you not to like the entire thing.
It's not possible. How? For what reason? For what reason will I now? Like,
But so the person, is it possible? So are you trying to tell me that someone cannot say, I don't like this entire makeup? You have to clean it
We have to
and start afresh.
sometimes I do, but you must have to pay a good money for that.
So the person have to pay another money for
No.
that.
Like me now, I have students, just like I said. We work with budgets. Me, I'm not that kind of makeup artist that will tell you my price is this and that is how it's supposed. That is how it must be. I'm not that kind of makeup artist. I am this makeup artist that I have like 3 boxes. Okay.
Okay.
I have a small box, I have a medium box, I have a big one. If you are the person that paid for that, the services of the big box, I can clean your makeup and do it again. If you are the person that pays for the medium box, maybe I can send any of my students, maybe the person, the senior,
Someone that's already
that
knows
I know
the
can
job.
deliver.
Yeah.
Then the last one, I can send anybody, but I know that person will deliver. If you want me to come, because just like I said before, I have other things I do. I do jewelries, I sell hairs, any kind of hairs. I sell different things. We take pictures too. You understand? We do a lot of things. We barb hairs. You don't expect me to leave all those things and come, maybe you pay me 30,000. Yes, we collect 30,000 naira.
Yeah, I know.
But yes, just like I said, we have a particular
Box for that
Yes.
particular price.
yes.
Okay. So,
So you
like,
don't expect me to leave all those money I will make.
and start afresh.
And now
But they
come
say
with-
customers are always right too.
wait for the customer till the customer break your head.
So, so what's your most challenging, like, what's your most challenging makeup? What's the most challenging thing you've ever faced in this makeup business?
Okay, the most challenging thing I've ever faced is when I am making somebody up and it cracks, especially below the eye.
Okay.
Maybe
person's
sweat
tearing.
or tearing or whatever, and you start cracking. Especially that moment where you have applied your translucent powder or setting powder at that place, then the tears now
Start rolling.
gives it that
Line.
and all that. Somehow it can be noticeable for makeup artists that like details. You understand? Me, I like details. I like it that when I'm doing makeup, I like a flawless look. I don't want any single thing to temper with what I'm doing. So I like that flawless look.
Okay.
So when it gets to that point, you understand? When it gets to that point, I first of all, but what I learned lately is that the first thing I do is apply your under eyeliner.
Okay. So does it
I
stop
just learned
the
it.
person from tearing or?
No, it doesn't. I just learned it because most likely people are most likely to tear up when you start applying them
The eyeliner.
under eyeliner.
Okay.
You understand? A lot of people who are allergic to that. When you start, but when you're crying and whatever you're tearing up or whatever, that's under eye. If I'm doing it from the beginning, you have to tear up with your normal face.
Okay.
You understand? Then I'll allow you tear up. When you are done tearing up, I start the makeup. So I don't have to go back to the underliner or whatever. So that's just it.
Wow.
And and no, makeup is a good thing.
It's an art on its own. Honestly,
it's an
I feel
art.
it's something that has to do with talent.
Very well.
So
Very,
it's
very
not something. If you have the talent, you can go to learn and acquire more skills, right?
If you have the talent, yes, it's like an upgrade. Like me now, I started making hair. Nobody taught me how to make hair.
Okay. All right. The show is a wrap.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for the
Thank
whole
you.
conversation we had over makeup and everything that has to do with makeup.
Thank you.
So, thanks for watching. This is still Eva's Entertainment Show on Signature TV. Join us same time tomorrow. Follow us on all social media platforms. And please, click the subscribe button. I remain your host, Queenette Wokota. Bye.